vibe. You can do it all if you cannot decide. See me, your borders, take a deep dive. My back drum might mess with this vibe. You can back a bag with a knife.
So I have two responses to that question. The first one is, do what makes you comfortable, because a lot of people introduction to spoken word may be through music, and they may be listening to rap, and a lot of rap they consume may have an American accent, so they may replicate what they hear. So if that feels natural to you at first, I ain't gonna give you no lashes for that, because I understand where you're coming from. But you also need to understand that you are Bajan and not American or Jamaican or Nigerian or whatever. So once you can actually utilize the Bajan accent, that is the main thing. Because if you then choose to not use it, that might be because of the space that you're in. But the first thing is to start where you're comfortable. Now, with respect to the identity part of it, what can define a Bajan poet is sounding like a Bajan and talking about Barbadian experiences. So you could utilize a standardized, standard speaking accent. I mean, we just got news broadcasters that when they're talking a very international voice, but you could tell the Bajan, right? So there's little inflections that they keep to keep it Barbadian. As for too far, I think it really depends on who your audience is. Because if you got people talk about call blah and a certain R words and things, I mean, we can get what you're saying, but do people from New Zealand know what the R word means? Then we also use the C word a lot, and Australians, Canadians might get great offense to that C word. They might think we cursing them, but we just expressing ourselves. So I think you gotta know the room and the space. So if you perform it to us, by all means, but if you perform it to the world, it depends on if you're showcasing Barbados to the world or if you're showcasing yourself. Because if the world watching you and you hometown doing you think that's different, by all means be yourself. I ain't gonna watch an African show and expect the man to sound like you from London. Like, that would be stupid, right? Because it'd be man in Africa. But if you want to take that to London, you might gotta just amend it a little bit just so the people can understand what you're saying. So yeah, but I do think it's very important that they recognize that art is an expression of your identity, and the Barbadian identity is something that's very confusing. Because when you think of Barbadian poetry, what is Barbadian poetry? How do we categorize that? Is it just the accent? Is it how we speak? Is there a certain form to it? Do Bajan poets utilize certain devices more than others? I actually think we do. But that's my personal opinion. I don't have that in an academic paper to say, well, okay, this is X and Y, Z. Even though I plan to do my master's soon, and I might do my master's project on that, but we don't have that literature that's published and peer-reviewed and actually verifiable to say, well, look, this is what Barbadian spoken word is, and this has been proven by X and Y, Z and X and Y, Z process. So, as I said, we're in our infancy, we're not figuring it out. So, if a Bajan accent don't feel comfortable for you, I ain't forcing you to do it, but just understand that you might hold a lip for not doing it. You got to make sure that in the attempt to be understood, you're also understanding, and recognize that you are Bajan, so you should sound like a Bajan.